To start, let me say that I'm talking about writing romance broadly. I'm not talking about writing romance genre fiction. Any story can have romance. Romance happens in a variety of contexts and can serve as escapism or catharsis. Many of us watch Hallmark romance movies because, in a world that often feels on the brink of falling apart, it's joyful to see something coming together. If you want to write a romance arc in your story, even in your tough as nails Yellowstone inspired Western, let's talk about some exercises to try out. First, write an impossible meet cute. So, meet cute is a romance fiction trope. In fiction, when two people who fall in love over the course of a story meet for the first time in a really adorable way, that's meet cute. Even if you don't write an adorable meet cute, if you plan for two characters to fall in love, you have to create a context in which the reader or viewer can accept these two characters can fall in love. People can meet other people anywhere and in any situation. That said, most people who fall in love meet through a shared thing, a mutual friendship or relationship, a school, a workplace, as problematic as that is, a club, or a church. Also, people meet other people using a website or a dating app. Romance begins through some introduction that empowers a connection. In this exercise, the impossible meet cute, imagine the most impossible circumstances two people can be in for meeting their future partner. You can write a truly embarrassing scenario. You can write a very mundane scenario. You can write about two people meeting in line to vote. You can write about two people meeting in an actually haunted house with ghosts and falling in love. Imagine a situation or a place where you could never imagine meeting the love of your life and create a scenario in which two people meet in that place and fall in love. Second, write a love story for someone or a character you don't like. Now, let me clarify this scenario. Don't write about people you don't like because they harmed you or caused you trauma. And don't write about people who committed atrocities. We don't need Joseph Stalin in a rom-com. But if you know someone you don't jibe with, or if there's an antagonist you don't like in a story or someone else's story, write a scenario or a short story in which they meet and fall in love. Part of reading about romance is the wish fulfillment of seeing someone who deserves love receive love. It's the fantasy that everyone can fall in love. If everyone can fall in love, that means everyone, even someone we disagree with, deserves or can fall in love. Before you write about someone we should like falling in love, try to write about someone we wouldn't like falling in love, how that would happen, and who would pair with them. Last, write a happily ever after story for someone without a romance. Many people imagine that romance is the basis of living well. For some people, however, romance creates new hazards or challenges that disrupt the ability to live well. Many of us would rather live alone for the rest of our lives than return to an unhealthy and toxic relationship. Before we imagine someone falling in love and living well within their vision for the rest of their life, a happily ever after, we should imagine what living an entire life alone and living well would look like. With romances in fiction, people join their lives together. That's not a flippant thing. To fall in love with someone requires something shared, a vision for life together. That's the ultimate question for falling in love. If time on Earth is limited, why are these characters choosing to spend time with each other? Before answering that question, create a scenario in which someone never falls in love, or has a breakup or a divorce, then lives happily ever after. To understand what a character wants to share and is willing to compromise, show what the character wants outside of romance. To wrap up, romance belongs to any genre. It can feel cheesy, and many of us want to avoid the topic in our fiction. But remember, many readers feel fulfilled and hopeful in a difficult world to know that people can build lives together and face their challenges.